One of the great psychological tricks, you can use to make hard work a little bit more rewarding instantaneously is to look at difficult work and look at especially everything that's making you better as though it is an opportunity rather than as an obligation. Because if you look at everything if you regard everything that makes you better as an obligation, how the hell can you ever get better? Obligation, really? What's making you better? Right, it might not be exactly aligned with your goals. For example, you have to study for school or you have to work for a job 8 hours a day that you don't really care. I get it. Still, it is making you better because it might be making you more disciplined, it might be making you more patient, whatever it may be. If you look at it as an opportunity, you will be ultimately more motivated. Well, motivation is not the key, absolutely not. But if you're more motivated, and nobody's complaining about more motivation, more inspiration, right? Having more willpower at least. So if you look at it as an opportunity to get better, you will just be aligned with the activity. It's gonna be better. Now, it's not gonna be easy, obviously not, if it's something difficult, if it's something that you don't want to do in general. But if you just understand, okay, if I do this, I understand it might not be aligned with my goals, but it can make me better by giving me discipline, by giving me patience, by giving me resilience, by giving me resistance to boredom, whatever. And then you kind of highlight the benefits of doing that activity that you don't like, let's say. And then you say, I'm getting all of these benefits. Interesting. Well, how about I look at, this is an opportunity for me to improve. Right, it is. It was always an opportunity for you to improve. You were just you had this framework of looking at all the things that is kind of not aligned with your goals, of course, unless it's like hedonism or effortless gratification, as though it's an obligation. You can't look at it as an obligation, man, because there's always an opportunity in every single activity that is, of course, not hedonism, to improve, to develop you, every single activity. And, well, once you understand this, then you can finally be psychologically ready, let's say. You're never gonna be really ready, but you're gonna feel better while working. And that feeling of feeling better, let's say, is ultimately going to translate into better work and ultimately into more progress. All right, I really hope it makes sense. And once I truly understood this, it changed everything, undoubtedly. All right, stay hungry, God bless, and hope it helped.